This feels weird to say, but hello guys and welcome to this video. I'm Thomas. Some of you might have seen my video, some of you might not. It's been a while since I've uploaded, and most of the reason is because, well, my previous camera broke, the 11 mini. It just completely shut down, doesn't want to work anymore, couldn't fix it. But since then I've saved up enough money and I've bought a DJI Osmo Action 4 camera, which is the older one, but I still think it's a good camera, especially for the money. I should have filmed videos after the last one, and I had a chance to put it plainly. I didn't, because, well, I don't think I felt motivated to post videos. And I also tried to film a like cinematic Gymkhana Ken block type of video just with a bike, so third person shots of me jumping, sliding around corners, those things. But that was in the last week, just before we moved, and it started to rain the day I tried to film that, and it just didn't work out, and I wasn't happy with it. And when we got here, I definitely forgot about filming and put the camera to one side. When I tried to film again, the camera didn't want to turn on. I did complain in previous videos about the overheating, and I realized that wasn't normal. Honestly, I think the GoPro 11 mini is defected, because I went on a Reddit and places like that and saw that bunch of people had issues with the camera just shutting down, doesn't want to turn on. But yeah, that's in the past, and I want to film videos again because I just got the camera. If I can say it like this, I'm not going to plan types of videos, or try to film these overly ambitious videos. If I want to and I feel like I can do it, then I will, definitely. But like today, I'm just gonna go for a ride. I'll take you guys to a nice view of the farm and the area and the valley that I live in and where I ride. And on the way, I'll talk about my bike. This is also new to the channel, and the area that I'm in, which is also new. I've been living here for like 8 months, I wanna say, so it's not new, but to the channel definitely. Okay, but let's get on the ride, and yeah, just go for a ride, and then I'll take you up into the mountain on this side. But we'll take the long way to where I want to go, and yeah, so let's go. And the bike wants to start. So this bike might sound different to my previous bike, and that is because this is a 4-stroke, not a 2-stroke. Also a bigger size, which I'll explain why. And for just off-road riding, I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, this is my KTM 500 2020 model, so not brand new, but pretty new, and it only has 75 hours on it. I put on 20 hours, and when we was 2 months ago, so I've been riding this bike a lot, and I've got to say I love it. I was kind of scared about going to this size of the bike. You know, a bunch of people say, yeah, get a 450 or get a 500, but I always thought they aren't necessary, and the reason why I got this bike is because this one is road legal, or it can be road legal. It isn't registered at the moment. We will do that when I get my license, and then I won't be on the roads at all times, but there will be times when I'm riding on the road. And this road right here is a private road, so I'm used to riding here. Let's go. A bike with this many cc definitely is mild, or I wouldn't say mild. It definitely has power, but the power band on this bike is very like linear. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very linear. If it wasn't for the fact that so better on the roads, I would have probably gone with a 350 cross country bike, like a Husqvarna or KTM, maybe Yamaha 250 X, or I also like Honda, so CRF 250 RX. I think those are great bikes, and I wish I could get a chance to ride one and try them out. But after the 2-stroke I realized that I just prefer the characteristics of the 4-stroke engine. Just before we moved, I rode a friend's Yamaha WR 450. It was an older one, 2012. I fell in love with that bike, how the engine was and its characteristics. It was smooth but powerful, and that's what I like about it. And this bike is similar to that. I think this one has a bit more torque, especially on the bottom end. I think I'll turn the camera off a bit and stop the recording so that I can save battery. Closer to, I want to say like the peak of the mountain, but it's more a ridge, the highest point on this ridge. But I'll see you guys then. I think let's stop here. and then I'll show you guys the bike. It is quite dirty at the moment. Yeah, the last 2 rides that I went on was a bit hectic, as you guys can see. So like I said, this is my 2020 KTM 500 EXC-F, which they say is a detuned 500 XCW-F, but this bike isn't slow. It has a lot of torque. What I wanted to talk about is what happened here. So that was last ride, or let's flashback maybe 2 weeks ago. I went riding and I had to go over logs, and there was also a slippery hill. I didn't have enough momentum, so when I got to the log, the rear wheel slipped, the bike went out beneath me and it fell. But I think it was when I gave it a second try and like launched the bike over the log. I just let go of the handlebars and it fell on its side. So the plastic handguard that was here, the plastic shields that broke, or this one broke, so I took them off because it leaves like it left a sharp point where I could cut myself, and you know, you don't want to cut yourself there or something. And funny enough, I did cut myself the second time. I also fell on the side, was on a slick road, and it was slightly like, so the front wheel just slipped out underneath me. It's like slick forest roads with moss on it. That mixed with the bikes doesn't go well. And it hit pretty hard, so this is bent now. I have to find a way to fix it. Also, this broke like completely off, but I will fix it and get new shields. I also want to replace these indicators. As you can see, I don't know if you could have seen that, but I have indicators, hence the road legal bike. I want to replace these front ones to ones like these, but these rear ones broke. I don't know if it's a wiring issue or they blew out or something, but they are broken. And then, as you can see, there is a place for mirrors. I have mirrors, but those are stock KTM mirrors, which are just metal with mirror ends on them. Which so if I would have fallen with those, then I would have definitely broken one. And I want to get ones that I can fold in when I'm off-road and fold out when I'm on the road. And yeah, that's my KTM. I'm actually more of a Husqvarna guy, which is the same bike, but my dream bike is a Husqvarna 501, same engine as this 500cc. So it's nice to have basically my dream bike, just the wrong colors. But one day I want to build a unicorn bike, and then I'll get a Husqvarna FE 501, and then maybe put on a rally tower, do a tubeless system, or you can get like half a moose with tubeless. That would be nice. And soft panniers or soft bags on the side would be sick. This is my dream bike basically, and it just worked out like this that I got this. But before I rode that WR450, I had I had a FE501 or the KTM 500 as my dream bike, because I saw it as the modern day DRG, which is already one of the unicorn bikes. So this is another unicorn bike, but it's more modern than the DRG. And since I've gotten this bike, I've wanted to improve my skills, as in wheelie skills, hill climbs. There's lots of hill climbs here on the farm, and log crossings also, like getting over logs is also necessary, I think, here where I live. And then yeah, just improve my bike skill and bike control, overall bike control, and get better, because I think for enduro, I know the other one, my previous bike, DE 125, was an enduro bike and it was 2-stroke, but that thing didn't have any bottom end, so it wasn't fun at all in enduro. I struggled with it. Also, ride height was an issue. This bike should be taller, but I changed some settings on the rear shock here to basically lower the sag of this bike, so I can reach the ground, and it's in my opinion a lot easier to ride in slower technical riding than the 125 was, even though I miss that bike a lot. But I think this was the right move for me, to have something that can go on a road, can go for more than 100 kilometers. So this thing is very efficient on fuel, and something that can do enduro, go through the rougher stuff. We did look at some KTM 390s, but the thing is, those bikes are limited to 125 kilometers per hour on the roads, so they aren't very fast, and what I've heard is the engines are very lazy on them. So I'm glad I got this. Wish it had ABS though, that's one thing for the road. And this thing has so much torque, like when I stand alongside it and let out the clutch to go forward or something, it goes on its own power, no throttle, nothing, which is crazy, you know. You can do it on other 4-strokes with if you change the idling of the engine so that it idles faster, but this thing normal idling, as you can hear, and it goes forward. But let's go. Effortless, completely effortless. just goes. Place where I wanted to come. But yeah, I love just coming to places like this and seeing the world around me. And down there is the farm. I'll definitely film some videos there. So there, I want to learn to do hill climbs, and I have said it. The biggest hill I think I found is this one, or not from down there. I don't think it's possible to go from down there, but you can ride, I think, through there, and then you can go up here, and it's pretty steep. I did do it before, but that day I had lots of confidence. Someone was riding with me, so I want to basically be able to do this hill whenever I want to. Be good enough to go up and down this hill without worrying. Let's go. I'm not staying on the bike to turn around. I almost fell. The same road down. This road is basically just rock. I think what gear am I? Second. Yeah, 1 second. I get so tense when I ride in sketchy places, and that doesn't help, because that's definitely how I'm going to fall. It's all about smooth adjustments on a bike, picking your line well, not being tense. Like, my arms get stuffed, completely stuffed in these situations, and that's why I stopped there for a second. can see the view. I must say, this is a cool place. Like, I should focus, but this is a cool place. You see that right down there? Well, you can't answer me if you saw that, but I want to go. I want to explore that road. I think it turns off somewhere there, or like, yeah. English is hard, people. English is hard. By the way, I'm South African, if anyone is wondering. Give my clutch hand some rest. Top tip: if you're scared of whiskey throttling when your hand is off the clutch, just put your foot on the rear brake. Like, I mean, you might still whiskey throttle, but I don't think it will be as bad if you keep good pressure on it, focus on your throttle, and just look at the ground, read the ground. I think when it's rocky and big rocks and things, I don't take my hand off the clutch, but when it's like this, it's a little bit slick, so I'm not going to do that. I feel like this is a good ending spot for this. Hopefully it's not too long for editing. Just to recap quickly, something I didn't talk about a lot was the fact that I moved. When I filmed the last video, I knew I was moving, and I also tried to film that Gymkhana, Ken Block, third person action video type of thing, you know, with drifting and jumps and I don't know, yeah, just things. But that didn't work out because I think it was maybe 2 days before we were moving, or yeah, maybe a day or something like that, but just before it, and it started to rain and it didn't stop. I didn't feel like that idea was working out, and I lacked the expertise for it. That is something I still want to do. I'm a big fan of Ken Block, or who he was. He's a huge inspiration to me. I do this or film videos because it's creativity, and I love to show things through a lens. So I also do photography, or let's put it in quotations, because I do it on my phone. And it started with taking photos of my bike, and then it went to, oh, this is cool, I'm going to take a photo of that. Sunset, sunrises, views, like on top of there. I wanted to show it because I think it's cool. I like nature, and that's why I ride. Also, something I want to make a video of is why I ride. I might just make 1 or 2 more other videos in the next couple of weeks. I think I'll film at least once every 2 weeks and upload once every 2 weeks. Yeah, now that I'm filming, I'm enjoying it, definitely. It's always like I'm struggling at the beginning and it's awkward. I don't know what to say, to do. But I also love being real, and that's a big thing from my channel, is do lots of dirt bike content, exploring content, but keeping it real, authentic. I don't want to keep it more produced, or don't want to make it more produced and fake, and I don't know what that would look like, but I think like fake thumbnails or clickbait thumbnails is a good example of that. And that was also a reason why I decided to just upload, my weekly riding. Or I ride 3 times a week, 2 times a week. So just to upload that and talk, maybe show something cool, do something, basically film what I want to do that day. I did went off topic from talking about moving here, but I moved. This is a new place. I have explored a lot of this area so far, but I want to show it to you guys. There is also still plenty to explore, funny enough. And yeah, I talked about my bike, my KTM. Okay, this thunder is getting bad. I should wrap this up. I talked about my KTM 500. And just to wrap it up, this was such a great decision. I mean, I'm so thankful to have this bike. This is my dream platform. I don't think I will make this one my unicorn bike, because those things are expensive. I don't have that money, but it has been a dream to own this bike and to have it and to enjoy it as much as I thought I would. Is so great, and I'm so thankful for it. And then action camera, yeah, I got a DJI. I'm not a big fan of GoPro anymore, as you might have heard throughout the video, but I was disappointed in that camera specifically, and deciding it didn't want to work. It was nothing like getting a recall or something like that. It was what it is, and also the interface of the app I thought was a bit stupid. So even before that camera broke officially or decided it didn't want to turn on anymore, I was like, I'm done with GoPro. And I thought I would have to buy a second-hand GoPro now to film with, but luckily this camera was on special. I made it work. This bike had an FMF exhaust, but it was a fake possibly. I'm still not sure, even though people said so. I sold that because I didn't like the noise. It was a bit too loud for me, which is strange. But I sold that. I would have spent some of the money on the bike and gear also, but nothing is left because I decided to bite the bullet and get something proper, which is this DJI. that is everything. To anyone who's watching, I'm thankful that you're watching. I know I only have a few subscribers, and I don't want to make as if I'm a YouTuber without over 1,000 subscribers with a community of people and that thing. But I'm thankful for everyone that watches. And yeah, it was definitely fun to film in some way, and I just need to get into the habit of filming more. And I'm Afrikaans, so the language barrier is a bit of a thing, or yeah, English is my second language, so but I'll get better at it. And yeah, I'll just film as I go on and see where it takes me. Let's just put it like that. But I'm so thankful for you guys for watching. For anyone that has supported me, helped me with my bike, the camera, even that I needed a little bit of help. And yeah, thank you guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks, or in less than 2 weeks. Let me put it like that. But thank you guys, and thank you for watching. Peace out.